Level is good. Levels is good. Watch those. All right, we are live. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the mother. The trio is back. Welcome to the show, the Fly Degenerates show. We are here. Don't let the ESPN hat fool you. This is not ESPN. We are in the building with Big Flex, the cleanest asshole in the universe.
Woo.
Big Flex, Dick Mold in stores now, on sale, post Valentine's Day. Get them while they're hot.
It's the cock.
Look for the Flex Jackhammer in stores and online.
Coming to a hardware store near you.
Woo. A-Flex 1.
And Word Life. When's
sir.
the next album dropping?
Oh, man.
You
I don't know. I
already
think
know.
we got...
Keep
we got
your, your fucking ears to the streets for the next album.
Right. I got something coming out like this month, I think.
Look at that. Don't play with them. Got something out. Something coming out soon. Something dropping. It's a little something.
Right.
Before the spring.
Man. Yes, sir.
But anyway, here we are. Live show. This is the first time we've been together since before the Super Bowl. Obviously, that's already done and dusted. Most recent thing was Valentine's Day. Now, Valentine's Day, I forget what we did last year for Valentine's Day or where that went. I feel like the show went left, but like in a good way. But I don't remember exactly what happened. But my Valentine's Day went left and around the corner. So it was a boomerang, all right.
Without the boom.
Yeah,
Just a rang.
No.
I want to hear this.
I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful here.
You know about that curved dick?
I feel like Flex is that's what happened. That's what we did last year. Flex gave the blueprint, gave the tip.
Because it was before.
Yeah. Yes.
Remember?
Yeah.
And obviously, unfortunately, the Thursday before Valentine's Day, Flex was ill, so we didn't have him on the show. We didn't have. I didn't have him give me the blueprint and give me the talk. So unfortunately, things did not go according to plan. But I assume that things went well for Flex because he is the stud himself.
Well, I mean, I'll say this because I usually, I take a few days to kind of, set up, see what's good. But I was on IR, short-term IR, so I couldn't really take care of business like that this time. Like I said, I couldn't even be on my phone. But I will say it did work out for me in terms of like, I got a couple things, for me, you know what I'm saying? I guess, when you get the Lifetime Achievement Award, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got
Lifetime
I got reciprocated, you know what I'm saying? Like I got these, I got some new Oakleys, you know what I'm saying? Got some tequilas, some lottery tickets,
Wait, for Valentine's Day?
Yeah. That's
so Valentine's Day for you is a gift. It's a gift giving. It's a gift holiday. Because there's a debate about whether or not Valentine's Day is a gift and how big a gift. Does it matter of the relationship? How long?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to paint with a broad brush. You know what I'm saying? So everything. You got to kind of play it. You got to know when to adjust. Got to know when to pivot. But this year, like I said, I was incapacitado. So, what's it called? They say something tide lifts all boats. So this year I was out of rising tide. So I rose it before, roses. And this year, I was a little bit out of commission, so I still, I still did what I could. You know what I'm saying? Because Friday I was still out, and then Saturday I had to scramble a little bit to, do some flowers and buy some, make a nice little dinner and all that. And
Look at
but in
you.
yeah, but in terms of like, it was more rushed. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't,
Mm,
because I honestly I couldn't even have told you that it was Valentine's Day uh a couple days ahead in the condition I was. So
wow. Wow. But it's
Yeah,
smooth as
bro.
always. Smooth as always. Mine
Smooth
went
as
all right
silk.
though. Mine went all right, man. I got a little compliment. You know what I'm saying? So I
ooh.
feel like I aced it. Um,
Wait, wait.
but
You got a
Yeah, hold
compliment
on.
afterward?
yeah, it's
Now
What
you
crazy.
know
was the
what
compliment?
She told my son, this is more valuable than flowers.
mm,
Okay.
the
I feel
Right.
like you
flowers
were gonna
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah, no,
No.
but the it
Yeah.
did. Hold on, there's a very important bit.
Mm.
Did she take a glance at a nigga's cock?
I don't think that day,
Okay,
but at some point
okay,
the cock was seen. The cock was
okay,
seen.
okay. Well, the rooster's out, huh?
The rooster
Excellent.
was combed
That's what's up.
and
It
you know what
sounds
I
like
mean?
that sounds like a success. I feel like you can't
Improvement.
really
Yeah. I feel like that's a
a
big. That's a.
compliment and a seen cock is what more could you ask for?
That's all I
Mm.
was asking for like 3 years. Yeah, just a glance, So
Just to
so I
Hit you
got
with one of
that.
these. Hit you with one of these.
I see you, kid. She winked and everything. I see you, kid.
Okay, but hold on. So
Yeah.
do you? I mean, I don't. You
Huh?
disclose what you want to disclose, but
Yeah.
you said this is more valuable than flowers.
Right.
Was that in reference to the cock or was it a different gift?
No, it's different gift. This was so all right, so I'll just give you so I remembered it was Valentine's Day because I wrote, I write my paperwork at work. So I see 14. I'm like, oh shit, it's fucking Valentine's Day. I didn't have Flex on to give us the heads up like he usually does. Like, oh, so I'm writing down like, oh shit, it's Valentine's Day. So I debated right there. Am I even gonna go anywhere? Am I gonna get her anything? I'm like, ah. And then I was talking to my mans I work with, and he was like, "Nah, I ain't doing shit." Blah, blah. I'm like, I gotta do it now. So I was like, fuck. So I'm on my way. I'm on my way, and I was like, yo, if shit gets complicated, I'm not gonna get shit. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But I pull up to the Walmart, and I'm like, damn, I'm about to get her flowers, bro. I feel like I feel like I remember her telling me she don't fuck with flowers.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so I look at the flowers. I'm like $25. I'm like, all right,
gluten
let me
free.
see. Then I start looking at the chocolates. I'm like, damn. No, I'm not gonna do the flowers. I'm like chocolates, and I'm like, I don't need her getting fucking hyper and extra, give me extra shit. Fuck that. So I'm like, damn, what should I get it? So I just walked around. I saw some pajamas. I saw some socks. I saw
Mm.
some covers and all that shit for the bed and all that shit. So
Ooh.
I just bought her some of that. You know what I mean? And it was and then I brought it to the crib, and then she said something about the flowers, and I was like, damn. When she said I ain't seen that, I was just like, damn, thank God I ain't buy fucking flowers. But I thought about being the flowers just on top. Feel me? I feel
Okay.
like I could
Yeah.
have done that, but I was like, I ain't trying to go crazy for this shit, man. I spent I mean damn near $80 on it, so I said fuck it. And that was it. And then you know what I mean, I got home, boom, boom. And then I was able to get on the PlayStation and be left alone for the rest of the day. So
Okay.
you know what I mean? A
That
little
sounds like a
compliment
win.
there, boom. Yeah, it was a dub. It was a dub. It wasn't too much. And then the day before I took out to Buffalo Wild Wings, so
Mm.
that was
Look,
part of it. Oh, that was the
big
beauty of it
dogs.
though, bro. That was the beauty of it. When I took her out the day before, it was like it was almost like the expectation of anything else was out the window. you know what I'm saying, was like, oh, he took me out to eat. You know what I'm saying? I worked the next day. So she's like, this nigga ain't gonna do shit. It's like, it was almost written like, this nigga ain't gonna do
Yeah, a
nothing
little
else.
surprise. The element of surprise.
That's why you always leave the bar low. Always leave the bar low.
It's easy to
Well,
break world records. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right. That's a double win. I just did a double win, a win right there with that, because I ain't got to break the bar. I ain't have to elevate it. I did the minimum. The minimum is holy shit. This nigga cares. You know what I mean? So it works. It takes a while to get the bar that low though, but some scrapes
you
and
gotta
bruises.
tank.
Some
You have to
scrapes.
tank the market.
You catch some scrapes and bruises to get it that low, but once you get it that low, it's worth it.
yeah, that sounds like a solid strategy. That sounds like a
Salute.
solid strategy. See,
Salute.
for
Only
me,
next year.
neither the element of surprise nor a low bar worked out for me.
Oh shit. Let me hear it.
The only person that ended up getting surprised was me.
Wow. That doesn't sound like a good surprise.
No, it was not a good surprise. It was not a good surprise. So, let me ask y'all this:
Yes, please.
how should I guess I don't know if it's how should I feel about this? How should I react to this? It's already passed. It's already over and done with. But so I'll make a long story short. I'll try to include the necessary details, but the gist of the situation is this. I had told my girl that so she had hit me up like can't remember if it was the Monday because it was on a Saturday. Can't remember if she hit me up the Monday before or the week before, but like a couple days before, she hit me up and she was like, "Hey, I wanted to do this museum, and then I thought we could go to the dessert afterwards for Valentine's Day, and that's it, right?" So she said that to me almost like it was like at least, and this is how I took it, like it was like trying to make it easy for me, like trying to present this to me so that in case I wasn't planning on doing anything, we just do this and that, like that way you don't got to think about it. That's how I took it. And I think she actually even said something like that, so you don't have to worry about it, something like that. And what I said in response to her was, that's fine. If you want to do the museum, we could do the museum. I said, we won't go out for dessert after, because I've already been planning and getting stuff in advance. So I had been planning for this in advance, and I had been getting things. I had planned on doing a whole thing in the crib, got some of her like favorite shit, different shit. But so that's what I said to her. So she's like, all right, cool. So I'm like, all right. So then she hit me up on, I guess it was maybe Thursday or Wednesday. And she's like, do you want me to get, she said, do you want me to get the tickets for the museum? And now I'm kind of like, I said, no, I'll get the tickets.
Oh shit.
Because I don't know I wasn't sure how to take I didn't really want to think too much about it. But I'm like, you said you wanted to go do the museum. I said, cool. Like, I got it. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, why are we, sometimes she likes to over prepare for shit sometimes. I like to be prepared, but I don't like to stress. For me, it's like, if I talk to both of y'all trying to go to the museum on Saturday, all right, we're going to the museum on Saturday. We don't got to bring it up again until Saturday.
Right.
There's nothing to talk about. It's not that hard, right? But I feel like she's the type that she checks, oh, are you still down? Are you still good? Or, days in advance all the time. That's like how she vibes. So I try not to think too much of it. But I was like, yeah, nah, I'll get the tickets. Don't worry about it. So I get the tickets. and the tickets were for because you had to go at a certain time for this museum. So I think the tickets were for 4:30, something like that. So she said, so the morning of that Saturday morning, she said that her girlfriend was doing some bake sale or something like that out in Queens if I wanted to go. I said, nah, actually that works out fine. I still got to do some shit to set up for later in the crib. Perfect. You go do your thing, hang out with your girlfriend, whatever y'all doing, and we just got to be at the museum by 4. So she hits no. Actually, I didn't say we had to be at the museum by 4. I said just hit me up and let me know what time you're leaving. So I'm the type that if my girl is out, whether she's with her family, with her friends, out at a club, we're going to dinner, going to breakfast, having a coffee, whatever the case may be, if I know that she's with her peoples,
Right.
I don't
text, don't call.
Yeah, I
Right.
back off. I
Me
don't
too.
text, don't call. I'll wait. Whenever you done, you hit me up.
Right. 1,000.
That's how I flow. So now I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna wait to hear from her to get a gauge of her timing. And then I thought to myself, okay, the museum is in Midtown. Maybe I should hit her up and be like, yo, if you're gonna be coming back from Queens and you wanna go meet at the museum instead of coming back up and meeting me at the crib, coming back uptown just to go back downtown, maybe it's easier to whatever, logistics. But I thought to myself, I was like, I don't wanna hit her up because I don't like to do that. So she hits me and she's like, hey, so well, how do you want to do it, whatever. So I hit her up and this was like maybe like 2:00, 2 hours before, and I was like, yo, all right, did you want to just meet at the museum? Because I figured maybe that'll be easier. And she said, yeah, okay. All right, bet, boom. So I'm waiting to see, like, is she going to hit me up when she's on her way? We find out an exact place to meet near the museum. Like, what's the deal? But she never hits me. So I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, I guess I just should start making my way over there. I'm assuming she's got to be on her way soon, something. So, why you laugh?
I just love it. I love this.
So, I'm like, all right. I think it was probably like 3:30, something like that. I'm like, all right, I got to start heading down there. I haven't heard from her, but she got to be on her way. She said we were going to meet there at 4. So, 4:00, I'm on the train getting off at the museum is on 69th and 5th or somewhere on the east side, right. Midtown, 66. So I get off at 66. I'm on the 1 train. I get off at 66. I got to take the bus across town. It's 4:00. She hits me up at like 4:01, 4:02. Like, how long are you going to be? And I said, I'm crossing town. I'm going to be there in probably like 10, 15 minutes. So I get over there. Now, mind you, I have the tickets. And I know that if I thought for whatever reason that we were late or the tickets were, I would have said something. But I knew I have the tickets. We're good. Right. I know what time we got to get in there. I know how much time we have, whatever. But she never hit me up, never told me where she's going to be, never told me a meeting place, nothing like that. I'm not operating under the assumption we're going to meet in front of the museum steps. Maybe I should have been thinking that, but I wasn't. So she hits me back. When she hits me up and she's like, I told her I'm be there in like 10, 15 minutes. I just got to cross town. She's like, okay. And then I hit her back. I'm like, all right, where are you at? She says, I'm standing outside. So right away, when she said I'm standing outside, I'm kind of like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I thought if she's coming from Queens, because when you're coming from Queens to Midtown, it's a lot easier for me. If I'm coming from my crib, I'm going to Midtown, I pretty much know exactly how long it takes for me to get from my crib with the subway to a spot. So I can time it out a lot better than if I was coming from the Bronx, Queens, downtown, whatever. Like, you got to play it a little bit different, right? So that's why I'm thinking she's not coming from the crib. She's going to let me know her timing. I'm coming from the crib so I could meet, right?
Right.
Anyway, so I get there. She's outside. When I pull up, when I tell you the face of death, the face of anger, the face of the devil himself, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So I pull up and I see this face.
So what time did you pull up?
I pulled up. It was probably 4:25. It was it was somewhere between 4:15, 4:30. I pull up. Let's say it was 4:30, just for argument's sake, because I don't want to act like I'm trying to give myself any extra time. Let's say it was 4:30. I pull up, the face of death, and I'm like, you all right? And but when I say face of death, I say I'm talking like about to start crying, like a mess. So, and I was not anticipating that. Maybe I should have been, but so I was like, so I forget the first thing she said to me. I'm pretty sure the first thing she said to me was, "Are you going to apologize?" or something like that.
No.
Yeah. No. What do you mean? No. Yes.
That's whack.
With the crazy face. And again, she like looks like she's like we about to go at it right now here in the street in front of the museum. And I'm not doing that. I don't do that. I'm too classy for that. I'm not going to be arguing in the street.
Right. I agree.
So right away, I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, I'm not doing whatever's going on right now. I'm not doing this in the street. So I said to her, so this is what I said after she said that. I said, oh, we doing this? This is what we doing? We doing this now? So
shit.
she
Happy
goes,
Valentine's Day.
She goes, you're so disrespectful, blah, blah, whatever. And now she's barking on me in front of the museum. So I very calmly said, listen, I'm not going to argue in the street in front of the museum, in front of these white people. We can either go somewhere and we could talk about this. We can go into the museum and have a good day and we could talk about it later. Or we could go our separate ways. What do you tell me what you want to do?
Great options.
She says, you're so disrespectful. Storms off. Walks away. Storms off. Walks away from me. So I'm standing there in front of the museum, and I'm like, oh, I guess we are doing this today. So now I'm like, because I know what's happening. I know what's going to happen. There's the storm off, and then I'm going to get a barrage of texts. Huh?
Oh, no. I thought the expectation was for you to chase.
If that's what she expects, then she don't. We've been wasting our time all this time because she doesn't even know me. Because if the expectation is a chase,
right, you're wrong. You're in the wrong lane. Yeah, you're in the wrong movie scene.
You about to you in for a surprise because I'm not chasing nothing.
You're in the wrong Valentine's Day. Like,
so she storms off, and now I'm kind of like, now I'm starting to get hot. Because I'm like, I try to plan this day. I bought these tickets, and now you storming off, like, whatever. So I walk the other way, because I'm not trying to make a scene.
Right.
So I walk the other way. The texts start flying in. Oh, I can't believe you're so disrespectful. You left me waiting. Now I'm gonna pause here, and
I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask.
Questions.
Okay.
You have thoughts, feedback.
What
do we got? I've tried to be as
accurate,
honest, accurate, and neutral as possible.
Okay, so
C-SPAN.
So real quick, you at this present time right before the text, right before the text comes.
Which text? Which text?
Any text comes in right before she storms off. Let's go there. Right before she storms off.
Uh-huh.
What is your mind? Do you obviously know something's up? Do you what like ideas or clues that you picked up on that, and what do you think is happening? That's what I want to know at that present time.
Okay.
Clearly, it's something about waiting, right? You assuming?
So so I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking to myself, what what did I get wrong here? That was the first thing I was thinking to myself. What could I have gotten wrong that led to this? And I'm like, I came late. Fair.
Right. That's what you're
But
thinking.
to me, here's the thing. What I'm thinking is, I don't feel like me being late
What have caused
justifies
this?
that.
Right.
I'm thinking, what else could I have done wrong here
Right.
to justify this extreme of a reaction?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Because it's not like yeah, I was late. Truth be told, the full disclosure is I wasn't late. But let's just go
Right.
with I was late.
You're not late, but you assuming that she believes you're late, so we have to go with that reality.
No,
We'll
but
just go with I
isn't the
was
thing
late.
4 o'clock? If you got there
Huh?
at 4:30 and the thing said 4 o'clock, I mean we're late.
It was 4:30. It's more complicated than that. I told her originally 4 o'clock. So that's why I'm
go
saying
with that.
we'll just leave it. I was late. I was a half hour late because I don't want to get into the semantics of it. I'm just stating to y'all, it
Right.
wasn't really that I was late like that,
Uh-huh.
but for the purposes of trying to figure this out, I was 30 minutes late.
Now, do you think maybe she had something planned and
No, she didn't have anything planned.
okay. All right, well that throws that out. Hmm.
All right.
I
So
mean,
so you picked up.
waiting for her. Let's say she was waiting 30 minutes. You know that probably felt like an hour for her. So
But let me ask, wait, before we even get there,
We're
because
adults, though.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but let me ask you a question. If you were waiting for somebody who's late, what's your course of action? If you're going to get mad that
Right.
they're late, are you
Right.
going to sit there and not say
Nah.
anything and wait for
Nah.
them to get there?
Nah.
Or are you going to hit them
Nah.
up
Right.
like, yo,
So-
Yeah,
I'm waiting,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here, where
Yeah.
you at? Are you doing any of that? Or are you just going to
Yeah.
wait for them to arrive and
oh
explode?
no, I'm not doing
Exactly.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna.
can't do that.
You're gonna hear it the whole way
Yeah.
because
So that's
I can't
that's
hold
the
it.
first
I can't
issue
hold
that
it.
I have. If you,
Right.
because that makes me feel like you wanted to explode because
Exactly,
it
yep.
didn't have to go down like this. You
Yeah.
could have texted me at 3:30, 3:45, 4. Like you waited until 4 o'clock to hit me up,
Right.
and then when I got there, I didn't hear from you at all. There was
Normally-
no
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah.
Like if you waiting for somebody that when they get there you're gonna be that mad,
Yeah.
would you not have some
It's part
type
of
of
a show.
communication to
Right.
justify the anger?
Right. It's
yeah,
part of the
because
wrong in
show.
assuming
I would
that?
rather because
No.
I'd rather walk into a situation or like, damn, she's tight. I know I fucked up. Like, all right, yeah, I'm sorry, this and that. But
Yeah.
I don't want to pull up thinking that everything is hunky dory.
Right.
And I pull up like, hey, and it's, like,
Shit
all right,
show.
fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I thought everything was fine. We were gonna have a good day. Like I know I was
Right.
running a little bit behind, but I wasn't expecting to walk into this.
Right.
Yes.
Two things. Well, a few things. A, if you're gonna leave, if you're gonna start headed there, you should have said, give her your, just so you know, I'm headed out now. Text normally. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, say
That's
again?
one. She should have said, sent a text like, "Yo, I'm headed out now." Like normally somebody has to do that initial text, right? If you didn't, that I'm assuming that you haven't left yet, and then if she did it, if she was to do it, then I'll be like, okay, now I'm gonna speed up to get out, or all right, it's perfect. She'll be there at this time. I'm gonna be there. So the initial text of, "Yo, I'm headed out from Queens to the museum" was never sent. So that's one. Two, if you was here that long, you don't even text me to be like, "Yo, you all right? Like you're okay?" Like I'm crossing my T's with that one. I'm gonna be like, before I show out, I'm gonna pretend like, or maybe there's a situation here that I'm gonna make sure I'm not gonna get dirty that quick, bro. I'm gonna be like, "Yo, is everything all right? Like, are you okay?"
I'm happy
Because
you brought that up.
God forbid you get jumped and I'm bitching at you on some shit. Like, nigga, I'll feel like a piece of shit, bro.
Thank you, 100%. I'm glad you brought that up because that's the other thing that I was thinking, and that was why, again, I say
That would have got me tight too.
this
Right.
is like a setup. You were so
Eager.
excited to be
Right.
have a problem today.
Right.
You don't know what happened to me, and you didn't even give a fuck about what happened to me.
Right.
It was more
Right.
important that I'm just gonna sit here and give myself a reason to be mad.
Yeah. You know, I have a word for this. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut it off. But I have a word for this. It's called novella syndrome. This is novella syndrome. No, I swear to God. I've seen it my whole life, H. It's called novella syndrome. It's like if you were on time and everything would, and or whatever it was perfect, the novella would have went to a, "I'm the prince, I'm the queen of the world, and this is beautiful." But if it goes the other way, I'm ready. I'm ready to take it to that. He's the evil villain, and woe is me, woe is me. I've seen it. This is the novella syndrome. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Well, you know what's crazy? It started off as a novella syndrome because that's like with like the a lot of his Hispanics, the older generation, but now it's morphed into the thing that we've talked about where it's everything is either the worst or the best.
Right.
Like this culture of like
Right. There's no
like
medium.
internet,
Right.
social media, where everything is
Right.
an overreaction.
Right. But
Like you
that's why I
can't
call
just
it
be like,
novella.
you can't be kind of tight, you can't be kind of happy.
Right.
It's either, oh
Right.
my god, this and that, or what the fuck is
Right. Right.
that? Like, because
Yeah.
you either want to make a show like and tell everybody about like how great this was, or show everybody how bad it turned out.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're the star. She's the star, and you're the co-star, and I hate it. But anyway, go ahead. So the text
So
start flying in.
okay, so
If
I'll continue. So okay, so now I'll be fully honest, cause I was chill. I was excited about the day, and I was excited about the day for her. I don't give a fuck about the day. It was not any type of excitement for myself. I don't care.
right,
You know what I'm saying? I could take it or leave it. More
right,
likely than not, leave it. But
right.
I was like, and the thing is that I'm thinking to myself like, and it was funny because you brought up before about the low bar. I'm thinking to myself like,
This is a home run.
I nailed it today. Like
This is a
this
home
is the
run.
most I've done for this maybe ever. So I'm like yo I'm excited for I'm about to I feel like I'm about to put a flex. I'm about to
Right.
flex like
Yeah,
yo
yeah,
look
you
what I
flex.
did. Look
No pun
at
intended.
yeah.
Right.
So when I get there, when I arrive to this live grenade, I'm like, the fuck? What the? Like I said, the first thing I thought, like, what? This just because I was late? This is because, what is this? So,
Like a setup.
so she storms off, and now I'm tight
Mm-hmm.
because I put thought and effort and money into this, and now it's blown up. And I'm starting to think to myself like, yo, because like I said, all these things I'm starting to try to make sense of this, and now I'm starting to feel like, oh, you just wanted to have a problem today. You just wanted to Like we could have avoided this, because I'm thinking to myself like, yo, none of this is really that serious.
Right.
Like the alternative could have been like, yo, what the fuck? Where were you?
And also,
And
it's a
I'm like,
museum, not like a play where like the shit started.
yeah, nigga, we didn't miss nothing. That's why I'm saying, like, that's why I tried to make it clear, make a point to say I had the tickets, I knew the timing of it, I knew what time we had to be in there. If I didn't, or if I thought we were gonna miss something, I would have already been on the way. Yo, my bad. I know we're gonna miss this. Like, I'm not fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The fuck?
And I've not done anything to make you think that I'm gonna be a dickhead like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I'm getting tight because I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? I just spent money on these 2 tickets, and I set my money on fire because you decided you wanted to walk away.
Right.
And you asked for this. And I'm just like, yo, this is really all because I was late. Meanwhile, you at no point hit me up to be like, yo, where you at? Yo, I'm here. Yo, nothing. There was nothing.
The right thing would have been, hey, yo, I'm headed out now.
But there's a plot twist coming at the end.
Okay.
So I walk the other way, and I'm hot. But I'm like, actually, before I even walked the other way, the first thing I thought, because like the first instinct, I got angry, and the older, younger, more motherfucker version of me,
Right.
I'd have went into the museum and bagged a couple broads, and that would have been my day.
Right.
But I was like, yo, I still thought about going into the museum because I'm like, I wanted to go to this museum. I don't want to fucking waste my money. I bought these fucking tickets. We can't use them again. It's over.
Right.
But
I thought that too.
What museum was this, by the way?
The Frick Museum. And I'm like, you know what? Let me not be a bastard. Let me not be an asshole. Let me just walk this shit off. So I walked the other way. And I knew the text was going to start coming. The text started coming. Oh, yeah. You know, calling me every fucked up thing under the sun. I asked the simplest thing. You don't give a fuck. You're this, you're that. You know, you don't ever do anything for me. You know, all the most extreme of shit. Nothing even really like, she don't really talk like motherfucker or nothing like that. Like nothing OD, like language disrespectful, just like shitting on me. And I didn't love it. So now again, when we were at the front of the museum, like I said, I gave the very calm option of we can go inside and have a good day, talk about this later. We could leave and talk about this now somewhere that's not arguing in the street. When she decides to take neither of those, I'm done with you. Fuck you. We could have talked about this shit in private and pieced it out like grown. You decided to storm off, and now you're firing off texts at me like we're in high school. I got no time for that. I'm angry. So I'm like, so I forget what she said, but I text her back. I'm like, yo, why are you texting me?
Right.
I was like,
we were just face to face.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, yo, we were just face to face, and I wasn't good enough to talk to face to face. Why am I good enough to text now? And then she says something nasty to that too, like, oh, good, or something like that. So I'm like, all right, I see how we want to play. Now, mind you, the spiteful, dirty niggas, he's ready. He's ready. He's like, yo, we gonna do this? We gonna do this? We gonna get it popping today? Mm-hmm. All the ideas are running through my head, and I'm like, damn, man, we can have some fun today. But I'm like, yo, let me chill.
Do you know how many
I'm like, let me just walk this shit off. So I walk across Manhattan, and so that was kind of really the end of it, because I didn't want to do the whole texting thing. I was like, we could have talked, we could have pieced it up, and we could have had a good day. But you decided to fucking storm off and clip us like that. Now it's over. I don't really have much to say now. I'm not going to do this through text. I'm not playing that game. I'm going to go home and I'm going to cut my losses. and you should be happy that that's all I'm gonna do. So I go home, I go back to the crib, and she's still firing off texts. Now I'm gonna pause here again.
Yeah.
Should I have engaged in the text? Should I have chased? Should I have where what are y'all thoughts on where I should have how I've done now?
I think you handled it. I think you handled it accordingly, bro. Because there's too many flags there for you to entertain. And if you start to entertain there, then you're just adding gas and you're just falling to the novella script when you gotta, like, I always, when I see the novella coming, I'll be like, oh, nah, you didn't say action. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, you didn't say action. You didn't hit the shit. Like, I'm not part of this. I'm out. So I think you handled it right. I think, honestly, the you could have gone in there. You could have gone in the museum and just enjoyed your fucking day. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna go in here. I'm not gonna do that shit because you. And then firing off the text is trying to get a reaction out of you. You know, it's like this whole thing was a setup. It was like a perfect setup to get you out of character, and you didn't. And I think you handled that shit accordingly and correctly. So that's my opinion. I would act similarly. I might have gave a fuck you, bitch, and walked off. But I'm a dog. I'm a bad. My mouth is out of control. So
All right, so I'm gonna just slightly in the opposite direction.
slightly.
I will only say that what I like to do is ask questions from my point of view and kind of like make them realize how stupid overreacting to all of this is. So for example, I would have been like, do you know what happened on the bus ride? Do you know why I was late? Do you know why would I come down here if I didn't want to do this in the first place?
Right.
Like, do you think that I wanted to if I knew that you were gonna feel like this, you think I would have come at this time? How was I supposed to know how long it was gonna take you to get there? Had I known, I would have told you to go up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like put the point, like make them ask the questions to themselves.
Right. So and be like, at that when you got surprised by the attitude and the anger, and you obviously gonna be a little tight because you're gonna feel like she set you up.
Yeah, but
at that point you're gonna gather yourself right there and you're gonna be like, hold on, babe. Like, and you're gonna talk to her like that?
No, because he was saying like it was text, so text is a little bit different.
Oh,
like
I'm not.
If you talk like
you talk about after she stormed off.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know. I'm very like I don't know how to control the way I talk because I talk one way. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just too fresh to text for me right there. Like, it's too fresh to text for me. I'm gonna say something crazy.
But the other thing
is, ignore and I'll text her when I get to the crib type shit.
But at the same time, like H said, I'm not gonna do all this shit in front of all this white people.
Right. That's how you gotta be though.
I have to sit on it for a little bit. I know it's gonna percolate because I'm not able to flip out, right? Because I'm not gonna be. Right. Oh, you should have seen the Hispanic guy who was flipping out on this poor white girl, in front of the museum. Obviously there's no context there, so obviously you take the L there.
But let me.
So that's on top of it. That's gonna piss me off more because I'm gonna be like, yo, you know that you put me in a fucked up situation when I couldn't yell. I couldn't do anything because I was in front of the shit. So it's like you did it like it might as well have been in front of a police station.
A police officer, right.
You know what I'm saying? So that would have got me more tight. So because though I like to, but the way that I talk when I'm like that and I can't bark.
Yeah,
I like to do little dagger joints, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
hard ones, hard calm shit.
So are you happy? Is that what you wanted the whole fucking time?
Right,
If
right,
I would have known, you know what I'm saying? Like little
right,
stab wounds, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right,
Like,
right,
and make it seem like you're the one who fucked up. Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna flip it that way. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to let it sit there. Because
yeah,
what that happened, it's the same reason that I'm more tight now. If I let that sit there, everything is gonna get fucked up for the rest of the day. Because
but everything, but the
what
whole
I end
thing
up doing,
on
I
already.
don't talk. I don't talk like if my girl gets me tight like that, I don't talk the rest of the
Right,
day.
right,
I don't
right.
like
Till you get to the
I'll
crib type shit.
ignore, I won't say nothing, I'll go away, I'll have an
Hmm.
attitude, I'll say 2 or 3 words, but I'm not doing this until we address what happened.
Right.
I'm not talking.
Yeah.
And my point is that I'm gonna make it. I need to make you realize that you are overreacting and you're
Hmm.
acting crazy.
Hmm.
And there's a very good reason why everything went down the way it did.
Right.
And it's not because I'm being a dick. It's because this shit happened, and this shit happened.
Right.
Because 3 minutes here, 5 minutes here, and,
Right.
and 8 minutes here add up. I wasn't fifth. It wasn't all at the same time.
Right.
And I'm gonna let you know why every one of those steps contributed to why this happened. I'm not
Right.
gonna I'm not gonna let you paint it with a broad brush that I don't care.
Right. But that's what the setup was though. The setup felt like it was to make H the bad guy, to make the show all about the victim and the bad guy.
Yeah, but
You
that's why I
know?
gotta flip it.
Right, but you're gonna flip it, but the damage is already done. She already stormed off. You're gonna text her on the way. That's fine. That's cool. But so basically, there's no salvage right there. You wouldn't know. There was no wait, baby, or no. There was no salvaging that. You would have, for you, me, and H. It would have been the same way. We would have. She would have stormed off, and we would have been going
No,
home.
I'm not explaining myself. What
Right.
I'm doing is telling you everything
How
that
you
happened
how you
and
fucked up.
why this shit happened.
Right. But what I'm
You think
saying is,
you know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah,
not. My point is, I'm not letting you get away with
making me the
I'm an
bad guy.
asshole, and that's
Right.
it. And
Right.
then that's the end of the story.
Yeah.
I can't let it sit.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have to get the last word.
Right. But what I'm saying to
That's my
you
point.
is, what I'm asking Flex is, so Flex situation, it would have ended there. It would have ended the same way for us three, where we're walking off.
Well, if you walk off, I'm not.
Right.
Um,
You're not chasing. You're not. Hey,
no, I'm not
babe, hold on,
chasing.
babe,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
be like, yo, are you fucking serious?
Right.
Like,
On the
I'm gonna
text.
flip it into you
Right. I
insulting
got you.
me by doing that
I got you.
more than whatever just happened. Because if you're mad about being late into the thing
Yeah.
and you walked away, what
Yeah.
the fuck did you care about going into the thing anyway?
Right. The lack
If you're not
of
going in anyway.
the lack of communication seems intentional. It seems intentional. It seems like it was a setup from the jump. And this is why I
Well,
love
I
about
won't
women.
say I 100% agree, but I
Not
just
from the
don't want to
jump.
go as far. Yeah, I don't want to go as far as saying
Yeah.
from the jump.
No,
I
I'm
feel
not
like
saying it from the
from the
jump. But,
moment she felt like I was not
right.
late, was not on time or
There's a
whatever.
there was a moment in time when she was there that you weren't, that she said, "Okay, well, I'm going this route.
Yes,
This
that
this is what's gonna
100%.
happen.
Yes.
This is
Yeah,
what's
because
gonna
it was
happen."
five. It percolated. It went from like, okay, he said he's
Right.
5 minutes. Okay, now
Every
it's been
second
10.
more. Right.
Because it feels like, because like I said, like, let's say she was there for 20 minutes. That shit feels like when you're by yourself at that time, and
Right.
that shit will feel way longer than it actually was.
Right.
And
But then,
when you're not, and also it gives you that time to start doing all of the matriculations in your
right.
head. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, you got
Right.
time to cook some shit up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But
Yeah.
my problem, you're 100% right. But my problem is, well, I got a lot of problems with this.
Right.
But
There's a
my
lot of
problem with
problems.
that specifically is, what the fuck are you doing standing outside of the museum for half an hour? Like, how long would you have stood there? If I wouldn't have, would you have stood there for 2 hours? 5 hours. Like, at what
Just to then
point?
leave.
Yeah, like, at what point? Because to me,
Did you
again, the
send a
whole
text,
thing
"I'm
just
leaving"?
seemed real weird to me. Like, I'm thinking, this shit is in Midtown. There's a million things around. There's stores. You go to Starbucks. You go to a bar, have a drink. Like, if it was reversed, and I'm coming from somewhere, we're gonna meet somewhere, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get there first.
Now wait for your Paris baguette.
Yeah, most of the time I'm not gonna stand outside the joint if I'm there early and I don't know I don't know what time you're coming. Even if we haven't agreed on time, if I'm early, I don't understand the thought process of, and that's why, to your point, that's why I say that's when it turns to a setup, because now it feels like you're intentionally operating foolishly to exacerbate the situation further than it needs to
1000%.
go.
Right. Right.
And that's when I'm like, okay, it's one thing if I'm late. It's another thing you make it that I'm late and you're on fire.
This upset,
You refuse
right.
to put it out because I was supposed to be there to put it out. You're gonna let yourself burn. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's
Yeah.
where I'm like, okay, now my sympathy for you and my apologetic nature goes
Right.
down when I feel like this is a setup. When I feel
Yeah.
like you doing intentional shit to make me seem like
Right.
an asshole
The bad
when
guy. Right.
it shouldn't have been all of that.
Let me say this before you go on. I just want to
Well, now I'm
interject
done.
this
Yeah,
to
go
this.
ahead.
Oh, okay. So I don't know what to contribute it to, but I have this problem with my wife too a lot. My girl a lot. So it's almost like she feels like she has something now, right? It's like for example, she in her mind she looked at everything. She's like, okay, I got something. He's late. Now she puts it in her pocket and she stays very quiet, right? And then as soon as she gets, she's like, boom, nigga, I got you. Ha ha ha, I got you. I'm powerful. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wait, whoa, I'm blindsided. And now I got to defend myself and I'm extra tight because I'm blindsided. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hold on, what the fuck? But and then when I sit back, I'm like, she had that in her pocket the whole time. And she never gave me any clues of it to make the to make the novela. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time she has that in her pocket, she's just like adding storylines to the scene. Like it's beautiful the way that the woman works. The woman mind works because now she's thinking, oh, this and this. She's adding these storylines. So when you finally she does bring it out. It's a whole bomb
Like
of
the
shit that you have
Thanos.
no idea. You have no idea where the fuck shit is coming from. Why is she so passionate about something? Blah, blah, blah. But it was all because, gotcha, bitch. It was just like a thing. I actually have something on them now. I'm gonna use it. That's me. I'm not saying that's what happened in that scenario. It does smell of this thing that I call the novella syndrome. But yeah, man, it's so similar to what I've been through.
And nigga, we'll write a book on that shit.
So the way it ends, I go home, and so now, mind you, the text situation, even though I was hot, I was still very chill on text. I was very apologetic on text because I went back to read
Word?
exactly what I had said on text. Yes.
Mm.
I didn't go crazy over text. To the point where when I got home, she was like, I said, look, why? I said, you keep texting me. I told you I'm not trying to do all this through text. Like, when you're ready to talk for real, we could talk. Then she's like, okay. So she calls me, or I call her, whatever. And she starts talking, I start talking, and then she's like, you sound like you're upset. And I said, I am upset. She's like, what are you upset about? What do you have to be upset about? I was like, yo, just because I'm not losing control and lashing out and and insulting you, that don't mean I'm not upset. That just means I don't act like that when I get upset. I was like, I'm just as upset as you, but I'm not gonna be like that. I'm not doing all that.
Right.
So we're talking on the phone. Once she discovers that I'm actually upset, because I think that she thought, based off of the tone that I'm giving her over the text, because I was just like, yo, I'm not, I was just like, yo, I'm not going to have this argument on text.
Right.
When she walked away, when she stormed off from the beginning, I got hot, and I knew the texts were coming, but I was just saying to myself, like, yo, don't start to, fucking angry texting, because I'm not trying to get into that. I was like, yo, regardless of what happens,
You're good for that. You're a good
I'm
man
going to be
for that.
chill over text. We'll talk about this on some grown shit when we are in grown space. I'm not doing this text shit. So I was super chill, apologetic, to the point that she was surprised when we got on the phone. I was like, yeah, I'm angry. I was like, don't get it twisted. I'm angry about this. And she was like, oh, well, what do you have to be angry about? I said, oh, yeah. And then I said, oh, yeah, I forgot. Only one of us is allowed to be angry. I'm not allowed to get upset about things.
Right.
I love that. That's a good move.
Great
That's a good move. I like doing that.
Great answer.
And then I was like, all right. And then I said, listen, this is when then I let, when we were on the phone, I let the asshole come out a little bit. But the reason why I let the asshole come out was because I knew that this was going to be a kill shot. This was going to be the double reverse in the Uno. So I said, before, she's mad, and we're not going to have a good conversation. Well, I thought we could maybe have a good conversation peacefully, but she was still on some, I get to be mad, I'm going to yell at you, and you have to keep apologizing. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. We could talk, and we can arrive at an apology, but this isn't going to be, you're just going to talk your shit, and I'm just going to, we're not doing this forever. I let you have your shit through text and storm off. I didn't get crazy. I didn't fucking grab you, throw you in the street. I didn't do none of that. But you're not about to just keep, it's not going to be, I'm going to sit here and you're just going to bark and that's not happening. So when we're ready to talk and we could both be civil, we could do it then. I said, listen, so this is when I said, I was like, yo, I said, I have a bunch of shit that I had planned for today. Can I bring you this stuff? I don't want to look at it. I want this shit out of my crib. It can either go in the garbage or you can have it. I'll take it to you right now if you want.
Move.
So I took all the shit that I had gotten for her, the flowers, all that, the car. I showed y'all the card. But so here was the move I did with the card, because you saw the card. Now, obviously, that card, this was not the time for that card. You saw the card. That was not applicable to this situation. So, but I had everything in the bag. I had the card I had a, like one of those chocolate roses that is like with the stem and all that. And I had taped the card to that. And amazing. I took all this shit, threw it in a bag, took the flowers, went to her crib. And I give her the bag. And then right as I'm giving her the bag, I'm like, oh, wait, I remembered that what was on the card. I'm like, wait, we can't give that card now. So I reach in the bag and I take the card away. She goes to grab the card and it's like about trying to wrestle it out of my hand. And that's when I said, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You almost had the reflex.
Yo, I was like, no, physical is where we gotta draw a hard line.
Yeah, there's a line.
I said,
there,
yo, what are you doing? And she's like, what are you doing? I said, let go of this shit. She lets go. I take the card away, give her the bag, and I'm about to bounce. I had no intention of. This was a drop off. This was Uber Eats. I ain't come here to chat.
Right.
And she's like, oh, you're going to walk away. So I said, I didn't come here to talk. I said, if you're ready to talk, we're going to have a civil talk. We could do it. But until that, I'm not trying to do all this craziness. But so now I think once she sees that I brought this bag, this flour, mad shit in the bag, a fucking like a gift basket.
Mm-hmm.
Now because I knew that that was gonna be
She had to
because
see it.
a good portion. I didn't want to go through the details of all the text that she sent, but a good portion of everything that she was saying was basically, oh, you don't ever do anything. You didn't do anything. I asked you for the simplest thing. You couldn't do anything. You don't care enough to do anything. All this shit. And that's why
See
I
that?
didn't even say, I could have responded right then. You don't
Right,
even
and
know
gave her
what
the
I was doing. You don't know what
right.
I had planned. I just let her talk. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't do anything. I said, yeah, no, you're right. That's what I was saying in response. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You have a right to be mad. I was late. I don't do anything. You got it. And then when I dropped the bag, and I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm some hero, that it was a big
Right.
thing,
No.
but it was the exact opposite of
Plan.
everything she was saying about how I
Right.
didn't
Yeah.
put any thought. It very
It's some
clearly,
you did in real life what I would have done through text, where it was like you showed her how stupid that reaction
Yeah.
was
Right.
by showing the other work that you put in, because
Right.
it's almost like sometimes women, when they don't see it, they think it doesn't happen and doesn't
Right.
exist.
Yeah.
So it's like they need proof.
Right.
They need like proof, like in your face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
whereas if you tell me something,
Yeah.
okay, fine, I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah.
But you need super proof.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like this. It's like your actions never fit the character that the bad guy that she made the character to be
Yeah. And
yes,
now
in
you
the
feel
novella.
stupid.
100%.
And now you
And
feel
that was
stupid.
why, and that was what I said at the end. Once I dropped the bag
That's
off,
what I was a
and then
that was
she
a
was
super
like,
play. Right.
and then she was like, I said, and I dropped the bag off, and I was like, listen, you're right. I was late, 100%, and you have a right to be upset about that. You were waiting outside, all of that. I said, but all that extra spice and all that bullshit that you blew it up into, that I'm this, that I don't do that, and I don't do this, and I don't
Mhm.
care, and all the nigga that you painted, that
Right.
hang that shit on the wall and don't even think it's me, because that's not
Right.
me. And
Right.
this is the proof that all of that bullshit that you were talking, that you got it wrong.
Right.
Like, and that's why I let you run with it. And I didn't say this, but in my mind I'm thinking, like, that's why I let you run with it, because I
Right.
knew I could prove you wrong as soon as I get to
Right.
the crib.
Right.
So drop the shit off. Now the whole tone has changed.
Mhm.
But why didn't you say anything? I said there was nothing to say. We could have
Right.
talked. You stormed off and started firing off texts. You know I'm not gonna do that. I told you we could go inside and have a good day, talk about this later. That was option number one. You
Right.
chose not to go through that door. Option number two was we could talk about this now. If we would have done that, we could have talked. I could have explained to you what happened. I could have explained to you I got plans, could have calmed the whole thing down.
Right.
You chose not to go through that door either. You chose to jump out the window. You didn't
Right.
choose either door.
Stop.
You chose to jump off the roof. So it is what it is. So anyway, that was how it ended. I could tell that there could have been reconciliation right then, but I was still hot. I kept calm.
Right.
I didn't do nothing crazy. I
Right.
didn't do anything fucked up.
Yeah.
But I'm still hot now. I'm still hot today. It's been fucking 2
Right.
weeks. I'm still mad about it. I'm still
Yeah,
checking
when you
my
think about
bank
it.
when I see that I wasted money on these fucking museum tickets that got pissed down the fucking toilet for no reason.
Right.
That
For no
shit still
reason.
has me tight, because I'm
Right.
like, yo, especially because, like, here's the irony of it. If I really am this nigga that you say I am, that I don't ever do nothing and I don't ever do all this shit, why would you walk away the one time that I do? Because now in the future, I'm gonna think about the money that I set on fire the next time I'm trying to think about, should we do something?
Right.
That's just what it
Exactly.
is.
Yo, I think I said this before. That happened to me two Valentine's days ago, and the other one I didn't do nothing because I'm like, yo, I wasted bread, You didn't appreciate the shit. Every time you look at the shit, because I have it now. I didn't throw it away. It's my toothbrush holder. I bought a nice little fucking heart cup and all this dumb shit, and I use it as my toothbrush holder. And it's like, yo, I'm not gonna do little cute shit like what I would think is cute. I don't even know how to think like that. So obviously I'm a fail. All right, cool. But that's why I said, okay, I'm gonna now, and that's when I said, okay, now it's gonna cost me that one Valentine's Day. I'm a piece of shit. You're a dog, but that ball is gonna go down, and I'm gonna be able to maneuver the way I want to maneuver later. So, but I understand that feeling though, where it's like, this is why I don't do shit. This is why I don't fucking do shit. And and this goes for my daughter and
The
my
one
shorty.
time that I do all this shit,
Right.
look at what you
I'm a
did.
I'm still in the it's not it doesn't it we're gamblers. It doesn't fit, bro. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. The gamble's not worth it, bro. And this is it. It's like this, and real quick. My daughter and my shorty fit to this category. It's like they always want me to be the bad guy, but then I don't align with the bad guy that they created. It doesn't, like, there's moments in times where that they collide and they get frozen. And I think that's kind of what happened there, where she kind of froze and realized, oh shit, this guy is not perfect for this role because I need the fucking evil guy that really doesn't give a shit about me. But here he is dropping this shit off, and that was the way you did it. That was an assassin. That's what
Yeah,
I call that. That was an assassin, a ninja. You walked in there, you said, "Boom, here."
slit her throat.
That was beautiful, beautiful act. That's an award right there. That's a Valentine's award if I ever seen one there.
Yeah, you might as well should have said, "Here, stupid."
Right?
Yo,
Gotcha.
the
You should
things
have
I
been. Gotcha.
wanted to say that I didn't say. Oh my lord, they're not even. They will get
But it was
banned
worth
from
it.
YouTube if
Right.
I
But
was
it
to
was worth
say
it
all
when
the
you dropped
things.
that bag, though. I feel
Yeah,
like it was
you
worth it
see,
And
to see
and
that
and
change. The tone change
but
was
what was
everything.
worth it was as much as I wanted to say all types of shit.
Right.
Anything other than here, Happy Valentine's Day, would have taken away
Right.
from the
One thousand
precision
percent.
of the shot.
Right. Right. 1,000%. That Happy Valentine's Day. Boom. Beautiful. Beautiful.
yeah,
I mean, the only good takeaway is that I feel like I proved my point, but I still
Hmm.
lose. I still lose. I still wasted the money. I still am
Yeah.
tight. I still.
yeah. But now you got that one.
You lost in reality, but in her reality, you won. She lost. You
Yeah,
feel me? Because you got to understand, women don't work in reality. They don't. They work in their perception. That's how women move. So it don't matter. It don't matter what you lost or not. In her world, you won.
Yeah, but what good
yeah,
does that do me, really? I want
yeah.
to
But I'm
win in real
saying,
life, and
but
in her
yeah,
world,
but
I
that,
don't even. I don't want to be in
Yeah,
her
but that's
world with that
that's part of
craziness.
yeah, but
that's
that
part of
that
being in a
that's
relationship.
that's up there though.
Yeah,
That's not gonna leave.
right, and that's part of being in a relationship. And one of the main things I realized to make me last in relationships, because I wasn't that guy. I'm not that guy, but I can compromise. Is understanding that their perception matters a bit. Where before in the past I used to be like, "Shut the fuck, that's not real. The fuck am I gonna even entertain a fiction? Give me an autobiography. I don't read fiction, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I started realizing, oh no, they really believe this shit. They really see
It's
this shit
real to
as
them.
reality. So you go into that. It's like that. What show was that they would fall into
You step into the matrix and
they
shit.
step into and then in the land with the fucking the green and pink dragon. Remember that? And they would come out of it. And, I don't know. It was on PBS. It
That
was on a fucking PBS. But anyway,
Um,
something with the
no, I think I
dragons
know
and the
what you're
the one
talking
with
castle.
the
about.
girl. Was it a
The
little?
girl and the girl and the boy, and then there was
Oh, yeah.
a pink dragon. Anyway, and they could come in and out of their world. That's what I learned. You gotta go into their world once in a while. You know what I'm saying? But
You gotta
when that
see you gotta see what's going down in there.
But let
right,
me
you
ask
gotta
y'all this,
right.
because this is my big question moving forward.
I have a question for you too.
My question is, if this is a win for me in any
In her
way,
world, right?
in her world,
Right.
it's such a short-lived win if this happens again soon, right?
No, but see, it happening on Valentine's Day,
But I don't
I
think.
think it's gonna sit. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know,
No. Okay, but I'm asking
but
if it. What if it doesn't? Like,
oh yeah, I
like
mean,
what? What?
we working
How
hypotheticals.
long? Like how long or how frequent is that? Is living in that world reasonable and acceptable?
Yo, cause the thing is like, women the same
Because if
way
we do
that
this shit
they
again, like the next weekend,
no, then
then
they know.
Then you got to really sit and say, I'm not. You
this
got
ain't
to
for me.
balance it like this. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you got
It's
we're gonna do
termination.
this.
It's worthy termination.
yeah.
Yeah,
Worthy.
yeah,
I mean,
because
I'm
it's
not
not with
saying that
cause.
that's what's happened, but I'm just saying where do we gotta draw? Like, cause
Right.
if that,
But if
cause
she loves you,
I'll eat that, and I can be forgiving. I'm still
right,
tight, but I can be forgiving
right,
when it's not on the regular. But if the next time I try to do something,
yeah.
it
Yeah,
blows
but
up,
This is the
at that
tricky. This is the
at
tricky
that
I'm gonna
thing.
point, it's like,
start
yo,
getting
we're
impatient.
not
Yeah.
doing this again. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
Yeah.
one of those things where now you could say again,
Right.
like, yo, we're not doing this again.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's too
Like,
much. Yeah.
you already proved your point. You did one of these things and you proved it wrong, and you had that reaction. It's like, yo, you already. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have that one in the bag.
Right.
So now you could be like, yo, I'm not doing this again. And the
Right.
again part,
Yeah.
you know how you said I'm not doing this, like where like with the chasing and all
Yeah.
that shit. You said I'm not doing this. Okay, that's fine. But now when you say I'm not doing this again, it's as if like now the history is on you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a history of doing this,
Right.
Yeah.
not me.
So now
You know what
two
I'm saying?
things.
Because the again that you laid on me, I disproved it.
Right.
Because you said
Yes.
you said, oh, you always do this and you never do this, but I did.
Right.
Yeah.
So I disproved that one.
Right.
Now
Now,
you
if
gotta
you,
disprove. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So now two things. Do you have a conversation about it after, like, in like, do you have a conversation to kind of lay down the work where you go, where, yo, like, just so you know, like, this shit, like, I can't go, like, I'm not gonna put myself through this shit again. Like, I understand, like, kind of communicate the where you draw the line at. Do you have this
Well, I
conversation
should
with her, or
ask
do
you
you
that
let it go?
because we haven't, and I don't know. Like, there's part of me that wants to because, like I
Yeah.
said, I'm still warm over this bullshit.
Right. Right. It might be too soon.
I don't know if a conversation would do anything. Part of me wonders, like maybe I don't know. You tell me. Like, do you think it would be better that I just take however long I need to just let it go and not try not to talk about it, or what do you think?
I think you should do like how they do. And like if something little happens, where it's like they get mad, unreasonably mad for something else, it doesn't have to be to that extent. But it could be like, yo, you see, this is what I'm talking about. You always overreact to these things and this and that. Like, yo, like even with the like this,
Hmm.
like this is not that big. This is not a reason for you to be acting like that. And then kind of like slowly, let the air out of like the grievances that you wanted to, the grievances that you have, and use that one and kind of relate it to the other, like to like a part of this one, and be like, yo, you see, this is what I'm talking. This is why I get mad when you do this, because you think that this and this and this, and in reality this is what happens, and that's why you end up acting like this, because because you don't know that this is what's
Right.
really going on. You know, like that type of shit. Like it doesn't have to be like the same level to that, but use it so that when you can talk more level-headed about it. Because if you wait to an extreme, then you're gonna flip out. You know what I'm saying? Like do
Right.
it on a thing that's a little bit more minor so you can measure what you're saying a little bit easier and still be able to relate it back to like the shit that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have a different approach only because it
Now, when you said
seems
when you asked, do I have a talk about it? Would you? How would
no,
you
but I
do it?
was I was getting at that's what I was getting at. I think every woman is different. Obviously, every relationship is different, right?
Nah, all bitches the same.
I think the way Flex, I've been in relationships where Flex's route right there would, I would have used that tactic where it's like, there's a little bit opportunity for me to bring it up. It's a little uncomfortable situation or a little heated, baby heated, and I'll bring it up there. Boom. But what I've learned, what I've done with a very emotional women, or very dramatic, I should say, which sounds like what you got in your hands here. And that's what my shorty is. She's very dramatic. I told her, yo, if she was to write books, she'll be a fucking gazillionaire. I promise you. She was writing novellas, she'll be. We wouldn't be here, bro. We wouldn't be here. We would be in a fucking Miami somewhere doing this shit live, But whatever, it is what it is. She has a great mind. I love her mind for it. Um, I would have a talk with her when things is cool because there's no running away from it now. You know what I'm saying? Like if you do it in a heated situation, there's another runaway. There's a thing like that. But I think it's something you definitely have to address because too often will something not get addressed and it'll pop up 2 months from now. And it's like, oh shit, I thought you learned from it. With women, I realized you have to check the box. It can't be like with you, me, Flex, like we could have a situation and we could be like, okay, like we know where, kind of where the line is at. We know not to push too far, whatever.
Yeah.
With women, it's more you gotta show them, you gotta know that the box was checked because they'll forget it or they'll put it so far behind and then their imagination gets the best of it. So I would have a conversation with it. I would actually take her out, even though I spent that money and I'm tight about the money, but it has to be when I'm calm. I'll take her out and be like, yo, I want to take you out, but I really want to have a serious conversation. Like if we have this go out, it's not cutesy. It's like I want to show you. But again, where are you in a relationship too? Because I learned to do this shit once I realized that I wanted my partner to stay with me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's when I was like, yo, let me start playing into this real world, into this fantasy world, and start giving a fuck about their false perception of reality. Is once I realized like, yo, I don't want her to dip on me like, what I'm saying, like my past relationships. So you gotta ask yourself, is it that serious? Is it something you really want to go through? And then when you do, I would probably take her out and really have that conversation. Like, yo, like I want to have this conversation because I don't think I'm strong enough to go through this again. Or not strong, maybe that's not the right word you want to use, but I don't find myself in a world where I can do this every so often. I'm saying I'm not like that. That's not who I am, and I really want you to understand that shit, and then see where her mind is at. Because when you have that conversation, now you're gonna get a real taste of what she really feels. Did she learn her lesson, and then pretend that she didn't, or did she learn you, and now she's gonna ride with it? You know what I'm saying? Because women don't do
Yeah.
that. They'll learn their shit. Well, let me not just say women. Men, people in general will learn their shit and pretend they didn't learn it, and then they'll continue with their fantasy and their false reality. So you gotta ask yourself: is this the one where you're gonna sit down and really talk this shit through? Because you have to make sure that you know that she knows that that line cannot be crossed again, and definitely not in public. Definitely not in public. You know what I'm saying? So that's my. I would have that conversation, but again, how serious is she to you type shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
It's a war out there, man. It's a war
I
out
love
there,
it.
but
I love it.
yeah, it was
No
it
man is
was
safe from.
not did not go according to the plan. Um, it is what it is.
Maybe
We
lower
gotta.
the bar a little bit. But
Well,
you know, the good thing is the bar was lowered, and it wasn't you. The bar was lowered, and
but
it
the
wasn't
reason
you
why,
because
but here's the
now,
thing. I
yeah,
feel like it's a weird situation though because, and that's why originally I was like speaking of the bar being low and speaking of surprises
mhm.
because a lot of this I feel like was based in the fact that I did not explicitly tell her what I had planned. I didn't explicitly tell her what
You're
I
not
was
supposed to
doing.
though, right?
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying like it's fucked up because the whole point was I wanted it to have that wanted some type of element of surprise,
Hmm.
and I could had I just been off the bat like this is exactly I got all these things ba 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 ba, we it might not have even gone left like that because all of the shit that she was saying, like again, to react that way just because I was late is insane. This
Insane.
wasn't just about that I was late. This was
No,
about, like you said, the whole fantasy
Combination.
world about that I'm
right.
this and
Hmm.
I don't do all this.
Hmm.
So that makes it feel like I can't even do a surprise because if there's a surprise, it could go left because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and then the fact that um the bar is low, the bar was too low. The bar was too low here. That was the problem, was that the bar was so low that she expected the least and the worst of me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess the bar was low, but was it rightfully low? Like, was it in
Well, that's the
like?
problem.
A bit.
That was a big part of
Because I
why I was
remember
so
we had a
hot and why
conversation
I'm
with
still
Christmas.
tight about it is because I
Yeah,
feel like I have, and again, I don't want to make myself out to be fucking, Romeo or
yeah,
nothing like
right, right,
that,
right.
but
A flex, I think.
I feel like, yeah, I can't live to that standard, but I
Right,
feel like just comparing to my standard,
right,
to what my bar is, right? I feel
right.
like even if we just go based off of the bar that I set when she and I, because this is already we're going on a couple years now, so this is
Yeah.
already I got history here. So
Hmm.
even if I just go based off of the bar that I set from the beginning compared to where the bar is now, I've
Hmm.
raised the bar, which is what made me more angry. The fact that I have gone, forget about Valentine's Day, I've done shit the last couple of months to try to prove, to raise the bar, to try to prove that I'm willing to do these types of things, and little
Right.
surprise here, surprise flowers over here, surprise something over there, you know what I'm saying? Like
But see,
That's
I've been doing
crazy.
those things.
So this is
So for me
unwarranted.
to be reacted to that way, that's why I felt
Yeah,
like it was that much more. I didn't deserve that.
right.
I
It's
yeah,
feel like
unwarranted.
I did not earn this
Wow.
false reputation.
Right.
but see, what happened was all that the time sitting there alone. Like I said, that shit
Right.
turns into
La
45
novela.
minutes where the confirmation bias of everything that
Hmm.
she was saying to you, like, oh, he doesn't do anything. It's
She
pretty
built.
much like, you see this and that. You see
Right.
he did that.
Yep.
You see he didn't do that. So it was
Yeah.
like in her head,
It's like that voice I have.
yeah, basically was like, you see, I told you he wasn't shit.
Right.
Uh, he
No,
can't
but
even make it here. He doesn't
yeah.
even want to be here. He
Right.
couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Yo,
You know what I'm
You,
saying?
you
100%,
ever
Like,
100,
you ever seen
100,000%. Because she was even like the stuff that she was saying speaks to that exact voice and that
right.
exact sentiment
Exactly.
that you
Right.
just dropped.
But
but
that's what
see
I was
that.
saying. That's what I was saying earlier when you every minute she was outside, she was forming. You ever seen Wolverine heal where it's like bone and then like a little tissue? She was forming a perfect storyline. Like for real, this shit happens. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. Storylines get built right in front of us. It's like reading Rainbow. It's amazing. It's like they just start
Walking
forming the
into a trap.
storyline, and then you're like, that's almost incredible that you made me out like that. That's almost amazing. Like I said, you should start your own novella. You should start your own book. You should do all this shit with that power. What you shouldn't do is use it against the nigga that cares about you, that's
Yeah.
doing all this shit. But regardless, that's the way it works. And honestly, my thing to you is if you built that equity, then you gotta really like see where, like what the fuck, like how did the bar get to for you to expect this that low of me? And secondly, it might have been the best thing because now you can at least you got like 5 years, 5 years of no, I'm not going hard. Remember what you did to me last year. Remember what you did 2 years ago. Remember what you did 3 years ago. Now by the fifth year, if you're still there, this is serious and all this shit. So
But and that's
but
another thing is
you can
that
still hold that
I'm
over
exactly
Christmas.
that type
You
that I
say,
will not because
yeah,
what you're saying is how I'm on some. I want to
you
be
have
like,
the
yeah,
receipts,
fuck
bro.
that,
You have
yeah,
the receipt.
yeah.
You got the receipt now. It's over. You can hold instead of a mistletoe on Christmas, you put the receipt up. You don't gotta waste bread for like 3 years, nigga. You good. You get the receipts. You good for like 3 years strong. That's a good receipt.
Yeah, nah.
If
See,
I ever seen one.
these crazy situations, man. This is why
Amazing.
this is why I feel like I'm in high school, man, learning
Yeah.
how to deal with this shit because this is news to me.
Yeah. No, but that right there must have felt like I mean, the last time I think I've been through something like that to that extent in public had to be around almost high school. Like, yeah, that's not something I've been like in public, yeah, in a while. So yeah, I could feel why you feel that
I
way. Yes,
was
one
right,
thousand
man.
percent.
I was fresh too. I had done a fresh shave. I had
Dang.
the ensemble was you can imagine
Right.
everything
You
was
could have
there was
literally done
thought put into everything. The
you could have
earrings,
literally yeah.
everything.
You could have literally went in there and bagged the
That's what
couple
I'm
of
saying. I was sitting there like, yo, I'm so fly right now, and I
I could
got two
kill it.
tickets to
What
the
am I
museum and
doing?
nobody to take.
Right. You could have literally went to
You
the
could have,
Starbucks.
you could
You
have
could have
did,
dead
you could
ass
have did a novela like, oh, my girl stood me up, and I
Yo,
have this
I'm
extra
telling you, I
ticket.
was.
now you could have done a pimp,
I
bro. You
look
could have done a
mad,
pimp
I look
movie.
mad sad in front of this shit.
Yo,
You
for
could have
real.
literally
There was
gone
a
to
little
the
group right
Starbucks.
in front, like waiting
Right.
in line to go inside. I was like, I'm telling you, the thoughts were
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
machine was cranking. Like, yo, what if?
Yeah. You
But
could have killed
I'm
it.
like, yo, but look at all
Yeah.
that, look how fly you are. Look
No,
at all the
yeah.
shit that you
Right.
put
No,
Right.
into
no,
this.
but
Like,
chill. You're past
Yeah.
that. No,
Yeah.
but
yo,
you know what I'm
Yo, you could have went up to a
saying?
group. You could have went up to any shorty and be like, "Yo, I got a ticket. Like, I had a plan. It didn't go through." And they would have melted right there, bro. And it would have
I'm
been,
telling you, I was
it would
thinking
have, it
about it.
would have been
Nigga would have done
easy,
a
easy peasy.
nigga that pulled up the app and it's like, all right, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I'm gonna do a random number generator. Vroom. All
Yeah.
right, number 4.
Yeah,
Come
like the
on up.
lotto.
You're
Nah, that's
going with
crazy,
me.
son. That's
Yeah,
crazy. But
fuck.
that's a tough Valentine's Day, but so y'all
Yeah,
good now
not
though?
not what you want. Not what you want.
Y'all good
Yeah,
now
we're
though?
good now. We're good. I mean, we're good as far as she knows we're good. I'm still,
Yeah.
cause I'm gonna be mad about this for at least another probably 4 months. But as far
Wow.
as she knows we're good. Until she watches this and then she knows we're not.
Yeah. Oh
It's
shit.
fine.
Yeah. I hope she
You know,
doesn't watch this.
it's not that she does. She does. Yeah, every
For
I
time.
mean, you
entertainment
were you
Every
were
purposes,
show.
wrong though.
entertainment purposes only.
No, she watches every show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she watches.
Wow. This is
It's
live?
AI.
Yeah, it's live.
You're not gonna edit this?
Nah,
Edit me
it's
out of
live.
this shit.
No,
Put,
no,
put,
no.
put a little
I,
put a little voice right here.
No, but at the bottom, like those fucking commercials, yo. I'm just, I'm getting sick of that shit, man. With the fake AI actors and acting like
Yo, I
there's
hate
a
that
real
shit.
situation, bro. Niggas want me to do
Yeah.
Tai Chi. Like, yo, like what?
AI. Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't even drink chai tea. Like, I'm not doing no fucking Tai Chi, nigga.
Fire.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Right. No, that's crazy. That AI
Fuck I
shit
look
bugged
like?
out.
I'm 46 in a
Bugged out.
karate class?
Woo, Tybo.
all right, but there you have it. That's the
There you have
recap.
it.
Stay safe out there, everybody. We'll see you next.
Love y'all. Oh yeah, all my
next
women out there.
Valentine's Day.
I love all y'all. You know what I mean? Especially my
All the
homies.
hoes out there, yeah.
Like, all the girls, all the girls trying to take me away from my shorty. I love y'all too,
Fuck
but
off.
I'm taking, baby. I'm
There you
taking,
go.
you heard? I'm taking, you heard?
And the same for me.
We can have a conversation.
All right. The stream is dead.
Yo,
The one
at what
last-
point do we turn this into a relationship podcast?